So now that my son is 3, I'm starting to see some of these things that I've been talking to him about and trying to teach him from birth are starting to come into play. We tend to stress about things that are going to happen, and we have anxiety about things that could happen. So when we're present in the moment, we don't have those feelings. They tend to just disappear. I love that there are so many different ways to incorporate mindfulness into your children's life now. Hi, I'm Ashley. I am the mama of That Hippie family. This little munchkin is my 8-month-old. I also have a 3-year-old who is in preschool today, and my husband is at work. We live in our tiny house on wheels, and I'd like to share with you how I teach my children mindfulness. Yeah, honey. Do you want to talk about mindfulness with everyone today? Yeah? Tell us about it. I started my own mindfulness journey years before I even had kids. So when I started thinking about having children and actually having children, obviously I wanted to implement a mindfulness kind of like lifestyle or practice with them because it completely changed my life. Using mindfulness on a daily basis has brought me so much contentment and peace within my own life. I think that these are just extremely valuable tools to have from such a young age because I had to learn these things as an adult. And if I had known them all along, I would have saved myself so much angst growing up. If you're a regular around here, I did my hair. I just got back from Edmonton. I was debating doing my hair for so long because I shaved my head. I had dreadlocks and it was virgin hair, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna do something with it, but I did, and I'm digging it. It's fun, it's funky. It's just me and Franny chilling at home today, so you wanna read some storybooks? Yeah! I'm just gonna grab a couple of our favorite mindfulness or meditation books that I read to the kids. But before I do that, I actually wanted to talk about why I started meditating in my life. I never had any coping mechanisms. I didn't know how to handle stress very well or heartache mostly. And I got to a point in my life where I was just tired of always feeling down and not knowing how to cope. And I got into meditation, and it just changed my life instantly. Meditation isn't easy, obviously, but it's something that with a little tiny bit of practice, not even daily, can change your life. Now that my son is 3, I'm starting to see some of these things that I've been talking to him about and trying to teach him from birth are starting to come into play. And so I know that it is working, and I'm so excited to see how he implements these tools as he grows up from like childhood. It's just so beautiful. It's beautiful. These are our favorite, most read books. And I will say a little disclaimer here. Nothing I'm sharing today is sponsored or endorsed in any way at all. I love these books. They are by Susan Verde. This one is called Who I Am. It is a little bit older. It's kind of over Floyd's head right now, but I still read it to him because each time I read it, I notice that he asks different questions. I've been reading I Am Human. It's a book of empathy since he was a tiny little baby, probably Franny's age. Are you eating a book right now? We don't eat books. But it's beautiful to see the kind of questions that come out of this book. And I like reading it over and over and over again because, like I said, each time I read it, it absorbs differently as he grows, right? This book, I call it the baby meditation book. It's a very simple book. It is literally like a couple words on each page. It's a beautiful book just on breath work. This one is my favorite. Floyd loves this one too. And this one is called Breathe Like a Bear. The author, Kira Willie, I'll put a link in the description below to her website because her website is amazing. It has tons of resources, free printouts. She has a whole collection of, I think, 7 breathwork and meditation or mindfulness books. I just absolutely love the artwork in these books, and it's very simple to understand. You can start reading it at a really young age. This is a book for like Franny to Floyd and beyond. So cute. And then we got into feelings. So we're also reading The Color Monster. The Color Monster is a story about emotions. I try to like kind of connect with Floyd in a way that can help him learn to identify what his emotions are. And that really started when his baby sister came along. Which one do you want to read, Franny? That one? Baby's life is full. Meditation helps baby clear the mind. It helps baby relax. It helps baby calm down. Now breathe in slowly, filling up your belly. And breathe out slowly, emptying your belly. It might feel like at this age they're not listening, they don't understand what you're talking about, but continuously reading it, making it a part of your normal daily life or practice does have an effect. I find now with Floyd, when I tell him to take a deep breath, he does. He understands what I'm talking about, and it's so cool. We play a little game when he gets upset or when he needs to take a breath sometimes, and I just call it the breathing game, but I say, smell the flowers, blow out the birthday candles, smell the flowers, blow out the birthday candles. Deep breathing takes lots of practice. If you just try it one time, you might find that it doesn't work, and that's just because your body has to get used to it and you have to get into the habit of using it. Franny, where are you? Which is why I think it's so important to start teaching children to take deep breaths so that it becomes like an unconscious thing that they do as they get older when they feel stressed or worked up or an overload of emotions, right? You want it to be natural. At this point, I've been practicing so long that it is natural for me. The first thing I do when I have any signs of anxiety is I take a deep breath. It calms my body down, it calms my nervous system down, and I feel like I can think straighter. I found this cute little activity book online. It's called the Mindful Kids Activity Book. But it's full of like little games, and it's a little bit old for Floyd right now. We've played some things in it, but as he gets older, we'll be able to do more and more. I just like that it's like an activity book so we can do it together. So it's more bonding time, connection, talks about like emotions. Learning to identify your emotions is so helpful as a child because even as an adult, a lot of us struggle with that. I just want to reiterate that it's not going to completely happen overnight and it's not going to change your life instantly. These are things to practice regularly over years, and then in time, like Floyd is 3. So now I'm starting to see things. It's just about Franny's nap time here. So we're gonna go upstairs to the bedroom, and I wanted to show you our calming corner. Before I even had kids, this is another thing that I thought of implementing. And instead of when I was a kid and you're bad and you have to go sit in the corner and think about what you did, like none of us are thinking about what we did. We're just mad that we have to sit in the corner by ourselves. So I call it the calming corner, and it's a place where you go and you calm down and you reflect, and there's tons of different things that you can do in your calming corner. And it doesn't even have to be in a corner. For instance, we live in a tiny house. I only have 4 corners in this house, and they are all occupied. Chad is currently renovating our bedroom and making it bigger and better, and I can't wait to share it with you. So it's a bit of a disaster up there. Don't mind that. We're just focusing on the calming space right now. Is that Spidey? Spider-Man? Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Are you standing? Yeah. You big girl. You want to show everyone Spider-Man? Yeah. We use this entire wall as like our calming space. It's mostly just where we put the posters and then we practice our exercises, like here on the bed in the bedroom. I'm not going to show you the bedroom because it's a disaster and kind of a surprise about what's happening up here. This wall happens to just be normal still, but I got this pack of poster boards, I guess you could say, on Amazon, and it's really exciting because it helps me also remember things to stay calm or grounded. These are some things that we can do in our calming space. We can practice some yoga. We can count down from 10. A little reminder to inhale, exhale, to take a breath, read a book, stretch, build with blocks, listen to music. We have a little feelings poster with the faces to identify how you're feeling. This is a grounding game that I started playing before I even, or an exercise, I guess you could say, that I would do as an adult, and now I'm doing it with my children. It's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding exercise. You think of 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. I promise, if you do this game with kids, I end up doing just like, tell me 1 thing you can see, 1 thing you can feel, 1 thing that you can hear, instead of like, because Floyd doesn't have the attention span to do all that. But if you do that, I can guarantee you, sometimes you don't even make it all the way to the end and you instantly start feeling better. Being present in the moment, there's nothing necessarily stressful about in the exact moment. We tend to stress about things that are going to happen, or we have anxiety about things that could happen. So when we're present in the moment, we don't have those feelings. They tend to just disappear. I love this one on the end there. That's the affirmations poster. We do affirmations as well. I try to do affirmations with Floyd every day. We take him to school in the morning. I always say, I am brave, I am strong, I am smart. Those are my favorite in the car. Sometimes he doesn't want to do them, and that's okay too. I never force him to do any of these things. We try to not use the calming corner as when you're bad, you have to go upstairs and sit on the bed and do calming things. I just noticed, like, when he's having big emotions, or when he's tired even, or I just need a break sometimes, I come up here with him. He's too young to come up here and just do this, so I come up here with him and we sit down together and I say, what kinds of things do you want to do right now to help us find our calm? And even then, he's running in circles around me, bouncing off the bed. I try to lead by example and just start doing some of my favorite calming exercises, and then he eventually sometimes will join in, and if he doesn't join in, that's okay too. I'm just trying to show him that this is normal. This is how we work through things, right? You've made a bit of a mess, haven't you? It's already messy up here, but it's nap time, little girl. Time to cuddle and snuggle, okay? Just kidding, no nap. Frowny fell asleep actually, and I fell asleep probably only for a few minutes, and when I was trying to sneak away, she woke up. So no nap. But our kitty Brew is at the vet today because he has something wrong with his eye. He came home and he had like a really cloudy eye. I'm gonna have to pick Floyd up from school and then go get our kitty from the vet in a few minutes. But before we go, I'm gonna bring Floyd's Yoto Player with us. This is what we got Floyd for his birthday, okay? Let me get it. If you don't know what a Yoto Player is, it's like a screenless MP3 player for kids, pretty much. Looks like this. So you put a card in. Oh, here's the one I wanted to talk about, actually. This one is Magical Bedtime Meditation. It shows you like what card you're reading. So it has the moon because it's the bedtime one. I got this for Floyd because I wanted him, when we're having troubles putting him down at bedtime, to be able to put his headphones on and listen to his like guided meditations at bedtime.
You can close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Breathe away the day. And just listen to my voice.
So it's great because you get like all these different cards. He has Spider-Man, he has like different words, jazz, kids, nursery rhymes. I actually love that one, listened to that one a few times. Stories like Robin Hood. He loves, Floyd, one of his favorite is Crackling Fire, so there's like sound machine sounds. This is going to be something that's great for him. Let's not mess around, Fran. He's still getting used to it because he's never worn headphones before, so he thinks it's kind of weird. He prefers to listen to it without the headphones on, which is fine. At bedtime, he can put his meditation on and listen without headphones if you want. But in time, as he gets older, they do lots of like homeschooling cards and stuff. I'm really excited about it. I think it's really cool. This is something that is special just for him so that he can go somewhere, have some quiet time by himself, reflect, listen to audiobooks, stories, meditations. I think in the future, once he figures out how to use it himself and doesn't need me as much, he's gonna absolutely love that. Not sponsored. This is just something I found and I think it's great. I just bought it on Amazon, so I will put a link in the description below. I'll put a link for like my favorite books, that website I was talking about, the Yoto Player, and so something else that we do with the kids, mostly Floyd, but Franny watches too, is monster meditations with Sesame Street on YouTube.
Monster meditation with Elmo.
And me, Andy.
They are so cute. I've been doing them for a while now with Floyd, and he loves it. They have them for bedtime, for like learning to be patient and wait. So cool. I love that there are so many different ways to incorporate mindfulness into your children's life now. Hey? Some deep breathing would make your owie feel better. It doesn't hurt no more? Okay, then we have to go clean it. Okay, before we put a Band-Aid on, we gotta get the dirt off. Yeah, you want me to clean it like this? Now just use a wipe? Okay. Not bad, but I gotta get the dirt off before I put the Band-Aid on. Okay, Mommy's gonna just wipe your owie, okay? Smell the flowers. And blow out the birthday candles. Good job. Smell the flowers. Blow out the birthday candles. Yesterday, when Floyd got home from school, he got an owie on his foot because he was wearing shoes that were too small for him. He insisted on wearing these shoes. I had to squeeze his foot into them, and I knew that would happen, but he had to learn for himself. So it was a pretty big blister actually that like had popped, but it was kind of like a perfect example of like how I tried to implement breathing exercises into parts of the day that have bigger emotions. And you could see that like now as like a 3-year-old, he's kind of getting it. When he knows he doesn't feel good and it hurts and he doesn't like it, he knows that if he takes a deep breath that he will feel better, and he wants to feel better. And then after that I put on some yoga, this YouTube channel, I'll link it below as well. It's called Moovlee. It's so cool. Okay, it has yoga, like you follow this monkey on the TV and you just follow along. And then they also have like active episodes where Floyd actually prefers those ones. His favorite is dodging monsters, I think it's called. And so the monsters like come up on the screen and you have to like duck and jump, and he loves that. That's his absolute favorite, which is like fine by me because he's got a lot of energy and he needs to move. I think I might actually put Floyd in yoga this fall, and he's going to start martial arts in September. I should call them soon, but I already talked to them about it, and they said 3-year-olds don't always last because they are still a bit young, so we're gonna give it a try. I think it's Taekwondo that he'll be doing. That's the youngest they can start, and I've always wanted to put him in martial arts, so he'll start that in September, and we'll see what he thinks of that. But I think it's going to be really good for him if he can make the cut. So just remember that mindfulness is a journey. It doesn't just happen overnight. But after implementing these small little exercises or practices on a regular basis, you will eventually start to do them naturally and you won't have to think about it anymore. But don't be so hard on yourself because it's not going to happen overnight. And it does take time. And kids, you have to do things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. What do you got? I'm curious to see the Franny's temperament compared to Floyd's. I wonder if there'll be a difference because she's a girl. So far I'm thinking no, honestly. But thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. I make YouTube videos about living with our family of 4 in our tiny house on wheels. Trying to live a more sustainable, slower paced lifestyle. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. We will have a great rest of our day. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.